We always liked going out to Grandma's because she had chickens, she had the horses. She had, a little bit of everything. She was very spunky. She was witty. I remember her going to the bars. She was very active. She drove forklift for Gardner Trucking down in Pittsville prior to her accident. She was always willing to help you in any way, so it was like she was always there. She was on her way to town and ended up crashing her vehicle. She had been having headaches for multiple weeks. Then she ended up having this car accident and ended up in the hospital because she blacked out behind the wheel. They ended up doing a CT scan and found that she had a brain aneurysm. And they did surgery immediately the next day. She had ended up having a stroke that evening after surgery. So she ended up in ICU for multiple weeks because she was actually in coma, drug-induced coma, so that her brain swelling could go back down. She could answer yes and no questions, but we didn't know how much of those yes and no questions that she was actually comprehending. There was a lot of frustration after because, she didn't know. She couldn't talk, she couldn't verbalize, she couldn't, communicate with us of what she was thinking. There was depression, just the look on her face, like, here I sit, I'm restrained to a bed, I'm 51 years old. Like, really? This is what it's gonna be. Are we making the right decisions? Is this really what Grandma wanted? Do I think there's a little bit of regret? I do, because we didn't know. Grandma did not have any POA paperwork, anything as far as what her wishes were prior to her accident. In all reality, I don't know that anybody really knew what she wanted. I think in her mind she was still young. A lot of people think, you're 51, you still got a lot of life. Was doing the feeding tube, the trach, was all of that something that she wanted? We didn't know. It was all life-saving measures, and in their mind, it was the life-saving measure that they had to do because there was no other directions for them.
We always rely on the family and the patient to look for what are their wishes. We don't want to do anything beyond what the family or the patient wishes are. If I don't have that, then I'm trying to do my best. Sometimes not the wishes of the patient, but because I didn't know and I don't have time to wait.
It was a lot of leaning on each other. A lot of it was talking, remembering those good times, and kind of looking at God above and saying, hey, are we doing the right thing? What's next? Just kind of leaning on that faith to knowing that, yes, we did the right thing.
It also addresses not just the here and now, but wherever a family might be in terms of their own spiritual orientation, their faith, and what they embrace, not just for this life, but beyond what we have here, or however long we have here. It's something out of our hands. We can't control it. We can't predict it. It's unexpected. But again, there are ways to be prepared for it.
It's a private home, so she's out in the country where she, liked to be because she had her horses and things. So she's got dairy farms around her. So yeah, that's where she is currently. She's been out there 6 years, I think now. Seeing her face light up when the girls walk in the room, that says a lot, that we did make the right decision, because if we didn't, she wouldn't be here to see them. Having that smile and that look on her face kind of reassures that, yes, we did make the right decision. But is there still that guilt? By all means, it is still there. have your thoughts in writing. Seriously. I can't stress it enough. And having those thoughts in writing is the only way that it's going to be held up when the time comes that those are needed.